Hello everyone and welcome, I'm Chocolate and this is the companion video for my 12.4 gear recommendations. I'm going to go over all the units top to bottom and point out anything that might be unintuitive or a bit strange. So, starting off with Lima, rank 12 is recommended because the increase to tank stats is quite noticeable and she is a really strong physical wall if you have some support tank or like a Yukari to heal her up. But she does lose 3 accuracy, and since she has relatively low accuracy to begin with, if you value her stun a lot, for example for stunning out Especo, then rank 11 is a viable option as well. But I think rank 12 is good enough that it's worth going to, unless you're really short on resources. For Pudding, she still wants rank 11 due to the heal boost loss. She is still a little bit more tanky at rank 11 than rank 12, but at this point the difference is quite low, so it's going to be prudent to kind of pre-farm for 12.4 because at that point I think she's going to be more tanky at rank 12. Kuka, on the other hand, she is very strong at rank 12 at the moment. It's probably one of her strongest ranks compared to rank 11, which is one of her weakest ranks, and she can really get into some quite quick UB loops where she just uses UB very quickly, especially if she gets some heals from another source, and at that point she can be quite hard to deal with compared to some of the other tanks right now who often want rank 11. Just like Jun, for example, she still needs rank 11 to get the maximum heal. Rank 12 isn't really as good for her as many claim, so she should still stay at rank 11, get the heal boost and heal enough, because I don't think she's good as a main tank at the moment and should just fully lean into the role of a support tank with her heal. Kaori, fairly straightforward, rank 12. Nyuere, I haven't really seen her used well on Globus so far, but she really wants rank 11 because of the TP boost. You really do want her to have her first UB out as soon as possible so that she can kind of get healed up by a supplemental healer and kind of enter into a state where you stun the opponent's team and disrupt it enough that they can stay alive and get out a second UB and so on. She's really strong, but you do want her 5-star, I think. 4-star was a thing on CN, but we are very different and we also don't have Kana, so I don't think it's really reasonable to say 4-star is a viable option because she is so squishy that at 4-star she's not really going to be usable well unless she's used purely on known defense teams, because blind 4-star Nyuere is just very tricky to use because there's a good chance that many defense teams with cleave just kind of kill her very quickly. Most famously probably if you've hit into many of the Shinobu teams, 4-star Nyuere can just get one shot by Shinobu on the first UB, and that's not really something that's acceptable for a tank. So you really do want to have her at 5-star if you're going to use her, but I do think at that point she's very strong, especially if you pair her with someone like Kurumi or Yukari or both. Then she just is very chunky and can do some nice stuff against, for example, the Mugi, where you can have her taunt off Mugi right at the beginning and have her get pulled instead of your second position unit, for example. But this isn't a PvP advice video, just something I noticed about people kind of misunderstanding her. In any case, really wants rank 11, also probably wants it for a while longer because the TP boost is just very strong on her. Especo, she can go either way. Rank 11 mostly if you do see that your Especo gets to heal a lot, but if her heal gets interrupted a lot, then rank 12 is just better because of TP boost and overall better tank stats. So just depends on how you use her and how you see others hit into her if you're using her on defense. Furuka, she shouldn't be used unless, or she shouldn't be touched unless she's used, and generally still EX should be at level 1 for CB13, and for CB13 there's also value in keeping her 10-3 or 11-2, but if yours is already geared past 11-2, then that's fine as well. You can either stay as is or go to 12-0 to reduce her tankiness depending on what you have equipped. All of those should be working generally. If you're using her purely for PvP, then 5-star R12 is the way to go. And if you plan to just not use her at all, then she can either be just completely unbuilt or rank 8 if you do find some use with that. For those, she really wants 11. Rank 12 is accuracy and heal boost loss, and for her that's just really bad at the moment, because for her support tank role she wants to do consistent stuns and she wants to do nice heals, and both of those get weaker with rank 12. So rank 11 it is, in my opinion. For Mimi, looking forward to her. There is a slight chance we get her banner before Vishizu, so after New Year Hyori, because of how the anniversary date works out for global. Theoretically, the next thing after New Year Hyori would be the anniversary, so there is a chance that perhaps banners get switched around and we get Mimi, but I wouldn't hold my breath for that. It's more likely we just get Vishizu anyway. But still, we're gonna have her for CB13, and for that she's gonna be rank 12. There is a slight chance that in cases where she can be borrowed, it's worth to keep one 4-star Mimi in the clan, because there is some considerations where she can get a good first timing on her first UB with 4-star, and also extend the duration of her UB at 4-star and kind of do a little bit more damage than 5-star. But in my opinion that's kind of a weird min-max, because 5-star is just very powerful for her due to her high multiplier, so the P attack buff from 5-star from the EX and overall stat increase is just generally going to be a lot more strong than having slightly extended UB duration from 4-star. So that's just general. Get ready to 5-star her, because 4-star is mostly something people may portray as being viable to cope with the fact that they don't have DA, at least in my opinion. For Makoto, rank 11 is the new standard, in my opinion. 12-4, if 12-4 Makoto can hit timings, then she does more damage, obviously. So at this point, clans should have a 12-4 ready to go for those timelines, so people can borrow her. But other than that, 11-6 should be the standard for most people. Rank 9 as well, still worth keeping some 9-6 and 9-5 to borrow in case those are needed. 4-star as well, could see use from time to time. 3-star not as much, and they're also 3-star is very hard to incorporate into allocations, so those should probably stay in a casual or feeder clan like mine does. Yeah, not much to say for her. Makoto is in a very good spot at the moment and very easy to build, because she can just stay rank 11 for a long time in my opinion. In Hyori, yeah, for her, she's in the upcoming banner. If you do have the gems to pull her, I recommend it just as a long-term investment, because next CB she's probably going to be at her strongest for a long while. But obviously once Eriko, UE and Mimi come, then kind of all other DPS get outclassed and kind of pushed out. But still, she's going to be optimal from time to time, and next CB I think every single New Year Hyori is going to see use, because she does have optimal use quite a few times. So for her, because there is shred on her UB, and with incoming damage she does get kind of nice timing sometimes where she's useful. 4-star is a consideration to take. This is not pure copium. In her case, she does actually have quite a few uses at 4-star, but generally 5-star is still worth it if you have the DA, but do wait until you are sure how you are going to use her, because if you do have timelines where 4-star is good, then it's better just keep her 4-star for now and 5-star her later on when you do want to use her at 5-star. Because mostly her use is going to be at 5-star when she does, because she does need the increased P attack to dish out personal damage to be optimal. but at the moment her utility is also very useful, and we do want her shred a few times, so that's why a 4-star is a possible option for her at some timelines. Akino, rank 11, not much to say about her. Matsuri, rank 12, it's just so much better than rank 11, it's kind of ridiculous. Kind of tentative about this rating because I have seen her be just insanely broken sometimes, but it's kind of dependent on the opponent's team and being able to exploit some weaknesses. But generally, I think those who already built her know how to use her anyway, so there's not really much I can tell you about her. Eriko, for her, it's kind of difficult. I do recommend just at least farming her to 4-star, because I have seen some cases where you can use 4-star actually. The way she works is that she scales with having low HP, and she also self-damages. So the thing is that we do want to tightly control how much damage she deals to herself and how much HP she has to maximize the damage. So that's kind of the reason why 4-star can sometimes be more useful or deal more damage than 5-star. But 5-star is also, like with all these self-damaging characters, generally the one that's more usable or usable more often, because she's kind of fringe to begin with, but when she is good, she is very good for allocations, for example, because you can replace one of the prime DPS with her. And I'm not talking like Tomo or Kaori, I'm talking like Muemi or Yui Eriko. So having access to 5-star V Eriko is pretty nice to have, although she's not going to be used very often. But in any case, keep her unbuilt, ideally, just pre-farm her, because there is some theoretical things that other servers found, specifically CN, where there might have been a chance where she wanted a lower rank with very specific gear to kind of manipulate her HP in how she damages herself and be able to run her in more timelines than otherwise she would be possible, especially at 4-star. So if you're only farming her to 4-star, then I really do recommend to be careful with her, to just maximize the opportunities to use her. But at 5-star, I think it's already plenty figured out, and she probably wants to be maxed for that. X-Ayane, most should probably be rank 12 at this point, but there are uses for rank 11 if you do still have that, so it's fine to have whichever one you have at the moment. Yeah, she's still gonna have prime use for next CB, so if you got her and you 5-starred her, then you're gonna be happy for next CB, and after that she's gonna be more in her kind of fringe role, unless you use triple fizz, and in triple fizz routes then she's still gonna be used every time, I think, because she's just one of the best DPS, aside from in phase 3 or when you only have AoE bosses in phase 2, where she's kind of more difficult to use. But in any case, quite happy with how well she worked out, and I think it was worth pulling and 5-starring her if you had the resources to do so. Mugi, yeah, I'm only really including rank 9 here because there are some who still swear by it, the rapid fire UB Mugi, but for me personally, I see Gold Mugi, I see an easy win. Rank 12 is really difficult to deal with in some cases, so that's what I recommend. But yeah, if you are really low in resources and you really want rapid fire Mugi, then I suppose rank 9 is useful, but I'm going to be honest, rank 12 just has so much more tankiness, damage and accuracy that it's the one to go for in my opinion. Hyori, rank 12, easy. Misogi, rank 12. Ayane, rank 12. Tamaki, rank 12. Tomo, rank 12. At this point she does do so much damage that the loss to HP drain is kind of compensated for, assuming you do use her in team where she can properly DPS with the necessary shred. So yeah, Tomo, this is probably her last CB where she's the prime DPS aside from Kaori. So yeah, hopefully we can use her well. Estama, rank 12, pretty easy, similar to Tomo. At this point she is about as techy as rank 11 with rank 12 thanks to the increased damage she does. Especo, so once her UE comes, she is gonna want rank 12 because she loses a bit of tankiness, gains a little bit of HP drain, and gains a bit of P attack and P crit. So the thing about her is she does want to be squishier than she is. So she's probably one of the squishier DPS in general, and it's pretty good for her because the way she works is you do want to have her take a lot of damage, and so she can hit the earlier timings, because for her UB it's pretty much dependent on being available when her short-term buff with the really high P attack and P crit is active, and you also have the boss shredded to 0 P def. So that's kind of Eiko's thing. So it's really good for her when she has lots of THP drain to sustain while also being squishy. Especo, I think rank 12 would be good if she didn't lose some of the really important timings from having it. At this point I think rank 11 is still better because of the TP boost, and she's overall pretty good in general right now. Kurumi, she can go either way, but the thing is, if you use her with the H. Misaki cannon, which is H. Misaki, Yuki, another mage, Yukari and Kurumi, then you do want to make sure that her TP boost stat is lower than the Precision 3 mage, which is probably going to be 5, and for that she needs to have the top left at rank 11 either only equipped and refined to 1 star, or at rank 12 she doesn't want to have the top right equipped, because otherwise she's going to have higher TP boost and the whole comp kind of falls apart due to how TP boosts work from Yukari. So that's something to keep in mind. But otherwise, if you don't run that comp, or you don't run Kurumi in that comp, then rank 12.4 is just better. And actually I found a little bit of a mistake here. This should be 12.3, because at rank 12 she can have the top bottom left equipped. For Jita, she really needs rank 11, because rank 12, due to the loss of TP boost, her cycles get really messed up, and she can be used even less often than she can be at the moment in general, because she's just kind of behind a lot of the other DPS, and only if you run triple fizz and also lack a lot of the other good DPS units she should be used at all. But yeah, that's why she really wants rank 11, just to be able to be used as in as many cases as possible as a substitute. For Rei, easy 12.4, higher TP boost, and at this point also P attack and P crit, so that's what she wants. I don't think rank 4 or 4 star is really good at the moment, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it open as an option for those who really just want to maximize her use, but I think 5 star max UE is the best she's gonna be. Shizu, another one of those who lose TP heal boost with rank 12, so she wants to stay rank 11. Chrissy, also the TP boost loss is really bad for her in some cases, so she really wants rank 11, and I'm not even sure whether it's worth to have one at rank 12 for a clan to borrow out. So for her, I really think she wants to be rank 11. Kurumi, rank 11. Mimi, rank 12. Shinobu, if she's still rank 8 for you, then she can stay there, but expect to go up. And if she's rank 11, then just stay as is, 11.5 without the boots. For Vishizu, we get her 1 CP later than other servers, and on other servers there was the option of using her at rank 9, specifically 9.2 with top right and bottom right, but due to the way she's used in phase 3 of CB13, which is going to be our first CB with her, I do assume she's going to want rank 12, and be careful about gearing her. I'm gonna go into it more next time, because that's kind of the mid-left gear for her is gonna be the one that's we have to be careful about, because refining that to the correct amount, which is once, is gonna be important for how she's gonna be used during that CV. Mahiru, rank 12, Yukari. Until we get rank 13.3 or 12.6 in her case, gear, she does have mod heal at rank 11, so if possible you do want to preserve her at rank 11 for now, but if she does need the TP boost from rank 12, then she can go up. 12.1 with the mid-right at 4-star refine works for a lot of comps, I think, so if she does go up, then you can put her at that for now. But yeah, I haven't really seen any cases where having more gear equipped is a brick, so at least the P-attack stuff can probably go on as well. And I think at this point, max UE is just gonna be perfectly fine and not a brick. If you're worried about it, you can leave EX low and kind of compensate for the higher tankiness with that. So that's kind of for Yukari. Yeah, there's lots of ways to kind of optimize her, but I don't think there's really much to worry about with her. But yeah, there's options for you if you are worried about it. Monica, rank 12, thanks to TP boost. Ninon, rank 12. For her, this rating only applies if you have her at UE and max UE. And I don't think really that's, unless you're one of the Ninon fans like me, then I don't really think it's worth it. She is very powerful and easy to use, but batch 3 has a lot of stuff to be built, so yeah, just think very hard about whether you can afford this or not, because you do have to refresh a lot to be able to afford Ninon UE, in addition to all the others you're gonna want. Mifuyu, rank 12. Idia, rank 12. The rank 11 timings are just so bad, it's really not worth using her at this point, because other options are almost better at that point, I think. Like, if you're worried about her self-critting so much that you would leave her at rank 11 at this point, I think it's better to just not run her at all. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. Just use other risk mitigation strategies like ambulancing and properly syncing with alternative backup comps that are safer, rather than trying to leave her low to avoid crits or something. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Saren, rank 12, easy because TP boost. Anna, get ready to have her ready as soon as her UE drops, because she's gonna be the prime shredder mage at that point, as long as she actually works, because her position is a bit tricky. You can't run Akari tank, for example, if you have Anna, because Anna stands in front of Akari. So just be aware of that. But other than that, as long as she works in a team comp, she is going to be probably the best mage we have once her UE drops, because her personal damage is insane and she also shreds very nicely. So yeah, once we get Anna UE, we're going to be set for the mages, I think. And it can stop being second fiddle to physical teams, is what I'd say if we didn't also get Eriko UE and Muimi. So yeah, for her, just rank 12. We generally don't UB her, so the only thing that matters for her is pure M attack and M crit. At Shinobu, she can go either way. Rank 12 loses some accuracy, notably enough that against putting at rank 11 she doesn't have 100% hit chance, and also if she gets blinded, obviously she's gonna want as much accuracy as possible, but the damage increase from rank 12 does make it an option. She can go either way, in my opinion. With limited resources, rank 11 is fine, but if you do have the resources, I think rank 12 is a little bit better. As Mifuyu, ranked 12, Kokoro should stay at rank 10. Ifyose is 10-6, then do not level her beyond 121, because for 6-star Kokoro later on, she really does want to be at a specific tankiness for XG loops. And if she is at a higher level than 121 and 10-6, then that's going to be quite an issue for that. And I don't think she's going to work for all of them at that point. So do be careful. If you take her past rank 11, past rank 10, I mean, then yeah, that's kind of moot anyway. But just be careful with her in general. I think everyone already knows the deal by now. Especo, yeah, I'm not sure which one is the way to go at the moment. If 10-2 can be preserved, that's good, I suppose, but I think 10-5 is the more commonly worthwhile one, because there are, in phase 3, when she's used, there are quite a few times where she does want 10-5 to just survive in general, but yeah, I think that's just dependent on which timelines you're on. And don't worry, if you do take it to 10-5, I think that's perfectly fine. Rin, she should just stay rank 10 until her UE, and once she gets her UE, we can figure out which timelines she is run in. I think at that point we do have rank 13-4 for global, but I think there's still some cases where she does want rank 10 still at that point, so just stay put with her for now. Mitsuki, rank 12, Akari still rank 11. I don't think we can really preserve her at esports build unless she you just don't use her as a tank, which is also not really an option, I think, unless you can borrow her, which is also very difficult because you need all other mages at the perfect spot for that. So yeah, personally I expect almost all Akari to go to 11-6 with next CB, but if you do want to preserve yours, then feel free. Just make sure you're in a clan where you can do that, because for running competitive timelines I don't think it's possible to do that. Yori, rank 12. Age Pudding, rank 9 or rank 12. She's kind of in a situation like Tsumugi. However, for her, I think rank 9 is a little bit more viable, especially if you're low on resources. But the increased damage from rank 12 is noticeable, and it's very nice in some matchups. But at the same time, for some other matchups, rank 9 is actually still better due to the very quick first UB and very quick follow-up UBs. So it's kind of can go either way, especially if you like the cases where she can use first UB and immediately, thanks to a kill, can get a second UB right away after her next TP drain. That's something that only rank 9 really can do, so if you are a fan of that, then go nuts and keep her at rank 9, but otherwise, yeah, rank 12 is very, very good. Adisa, rank 12. Finally we have her UE, and she's gonna be top dog for 1 CB. Yeah, that's kind of how it is, but she's still gonna be one of the best DPS we have, thanks to her positioning and cycle, even after we get Mimi and Eriko UE. Rino, rank 12. Suzuna, rank 12. She's not really used much anyway, but yeah. Shiori, rank 12. She's pretty good, but sadly just can't really keep up with many of the other flex DPS. But if you don't have, for example, Ayane and any Shiori, then expect to use Shiori. Yo, rank 11, because she loses so much TP boost in retain that you really don't want to go up with her. Suzume can go either way. Kazumi, I'm gonna go more deeply into her once we're closer to her release. I'm probably gonna add her to my anti-brick guide, but just for now, no. If you're a pure CB player, then it's fine to skip her for now. There's still a lot of time until her banner anyway, but she's only reduced with Nyaru, so at that point it's possible to just farm her from her node and also from an event, so there's no need to pull her. But for PvP, yeah, if you do pull her, just be aware that if you 5-star and max her out right away, then she is going to be bricked for some timelines. So just keep that in mind before using her, and perhaps consider just leaving her at an esports or at least 11.6 build without max EX, because that does mean she can be used for more timelines and doesn't have to be borrowed. Misato, for her, just try to keep her UB lower than max if possible, but I'm not sure whether it's possible even to do that. So for her, I don't think there's much to worry about, except do try to keep her rank 11. Don't go up to rank 12 yet. Yeah, that's kind of all it is with her. Nanaka, still the TP retain is important for her. She really does want to use or want it to get the best possible timings. Yeah, so for her it's still rank 11, and I think it's worthwhile to build her and DA her to 3 stars if you do want an extra mage, or perhaps if, for example, you want to preserve skill 1 NUE with low skill 1 or Akari with an esports build, then you can't really get around building Nanaka and using your own to borrow one of those units. So speaking of NUE, kind of don't see her surviving through the CB while in active use with a very low level S1. So I think at latest in phase 3 it's gonna have to go up, but other than that, still try to keep it low. And for her gear, she really does want to stay rank 11 right now, and for the future, like really try to keep it at rank 11. Rank 12 should be something that you only borrow from the guild and have one dedicated one to do so, because yeah, you do want to have your own rank 11 NUE. Obviously also try to keep her with as little gear as possible, but obviously if she does die, then she does want to equip some gear. The important part is just that she's rank 11 and doesn't have everything just completely maxed, but from looking at future timelines, I see a lot of 11.6 NUE with max X1, so if you do end up gearing everything and maxing S1, don't be discouraged. I think she's still perfectly fine. Kyaru, rank 12, kind of didn't use her as much as I hoped for, but still, she's kind of nice. Hatsune, rank 12, because the TP retain for her isn't as important as the raw damage stats. Misaki, rank 12, X-Chika, don't touch, as Suzume can go either way. If you have her and you use her, you probably definitely know best. Kyaru, rank 12, Aoi, rank 12, Chika, don't touch. There's some use for her later on with X-Chika loops for CB20, so keep that in mind before touching her. Maho as well, don't touch her for 6-star. Yui as well, don't touch her for 6-star. That's kind of how it goes for those two. But since Yui in specific is going to be used for the Extreme 2 dungeon cheese, I do think there's going to be cases where she's going to need to be touched, but be careful anyway. Yuki, rank 12, unless you have some very specific TP breakpoints you need to reach. Rank 12 is just better, but anyway, the difference isn't as large, so I think it's fine to keep him at rank 11 as well. Kyoka, rank 12, and H. Misaki, rank 11. I'm gonna leave the esports build up here, if you do want to go for that and haven't built her yet. But I think for H. Misaki, this is kind of probably going to be the last CB where she's going to be really prominently used, but still rank 11 is what she wants, because rank 12 is such a big loss to TP boost and TP retain that she really doesn't want to go up. But yeah, that's all the units we have for now, and we are going to get in the coming months. So I hope everyone has a happy new year and that you find some use with this guide. So yeah, this is Chocolate signing off. Have a good day. Goodbye.